Well, most people are well aware of the women's liberation movement of the late 1960s, as well as the Me Too movement launched in 2017. However, there are smaller grassroots organizations focused on women's issues that you rarely hear about. And one of them is right here in York Region, and it is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. Joining us now is RoseMary Reid. She's a member of Soroptimist International of York Region. What is that, you may ask? Well, she's here to tell us all about it. Welcome to the show, RoseMary.
Thank you very much.
Now, you've been a Soroptimist for 29 years, is that right?
That is correct.
So you joined the Peterborough Club in 1990, transferred your membership to the SI York Region Club in 2014, but I understand you're one club that makes up Soroptimist International, which has somewhat 80,000 members with clubs in more than 120 countries throughout the world. So tell us about the organization. I'm terribly ashamed to admit I'd never heard of.
So am I. 80,000 people involved in something we don't know about it, Kate? What?
I know.
Well, it is a volunteer service organization, primarily of women, and we work together throughout the world to make our lives better for women and girls through access to education. The first club was founded in 1921 in Oakland, California, with 80 members, and the first president of that club said she would not join the organization unless it was international. And so that's why we are an international organization. And as Kate mentioned, we have approximately 80,000 members in 122 countries worldwide. And so one of the reasons that we're not well known is because we do not spend our program money on advertising. So all our money that we raise goes towards programs. So therefore, that's what, unless we can get free media coverage, then, the word doesn't get out.
And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
we're trying to get the word out.
So tell us tell us a little bit about your fundraising.
Okay. Our club annually holds a comedy Yuck Yucks night each year, in usually the beginning of March. And we also have a Luna Fest, which will be held in May 22nd. And it's short films made by women, for women, about women. They're amazing stories. And we, in June, in celebration of our 10th anniversary, we'll be holding a raffle. And the prizes, we usually have 10 prizes, each valued at least $250, and the prizes and services are donated by local businesses in York Region.
What does Soroptimist actually mean?
Soroptimist means, Soro means sister, and Optima means
the best.
The best. And loosely translated, it means best for women. And that's exactly what we do. We try to make make a difference for the lives of women and girls throughout the world.
So how do you choose where your funds go?
Any program that is education related. Now, we do have, through our federation, which is Soroptimist International of the Americas, we have what we call the DREAM programs. And we have two programs in that area. One is Live Your Dream, Training and Education Award. And it is for women who are primarily the primary financial responsibility for their household. And they're returning to school. They can apply for a cash award, and that is one of our programs. The other one is called the Dream It Be It, and it's for girls, and we help them with goal setting and career development. And we usually have speakers that come in and talk to the girls about non-traditional career paths. And so it just gives them the encouragement to pursue something that they really want to do, but they feel that because they're a girl, they can't do it. So it is a way to encourage them and to provide some support to them.
Now, the Live Your Dream Training and Education Award, that's helped more than 30,000 women since it began in 1972. More than $30 million in cash awards have been given out to the recipients. So now I understand your club will be presenting a woman with a cash award at the luncheon you mentioned on Sunday, March 24th. So can you tell us a little bit about how that works?
Okay, so the women apply and they are judged at the club level. The first place winner at the club level goes on to compete at the region level. So at the regional level, there'll be, because we have 14 clubs, there will be 14 applicants for the region to review. The winner of the region then goes on to the federation level. And last year we had our convention in Yokohama, Japan, and we presented 3 women with $25,000 U.S. cash award. And they were at the federation level, and it just so happened that one of the winners was from Western Canada. And we have been lucky in Eastern Canada as well. We've had some winners that go on to the federation level to win. So it's not just the cash award that is important to them. What's important to them is the recognition that they get, because they have been recognized for their efforts to go back to school. Because usually these women have, they've been in a poverty situation, or they've been domestic violence, and things like that. They have had to face obstacles in their life, and it's just the acknowledgement to them that what they're doing is important. And
because
I think
it's tough.
It is tough.
It's really tough.
Because they're raising children.
Exactly.
Perhaps 2, 3,
What are the age limits, or what's the criteria for a recipient or somebody to be involved?
Anyone, as long as they're returning to school, there's no age limit. As long as they have dependents and they're returning to school to further their education. So it's there's really no age limit on it.
And that's fabulous, because the report by the McKinsey Global Institute found that if a woman's participation in the labor market was the same as a man's, it could add up to some $28 trillion. It could add that to the annual global GDP by 2025. So it's clear that women and girls are a force for change in their families and in their communities, if given the right opportunities. And that's what you're doing.
And that's exactly right, because that is why Soroptimists feel that education is the key to a better life. Because once you have the education, whether it's just about domestic violence or whether it's teen dating or whatever the situation, it doesn't have to be formal education through college. As long as they're educated, they're able to make better choices about their life. And they know that being abused is not the right thing to do, just because maybe it's been a family, it's happened all through their lives. But once they're educated about it, they know that they have other choices.
Well, obviously it's quite popular because you have a few new clubs that are forming. Does this happen on a regular basis?
The last one was 5 years ago, but we just recently chartered a new club in Kitchener-Waterloo on Sunday, February the 24th. And we're actively working right now to charter a club in Barrie. And then we're also going to be working on a club in Kingston.
Amazing.
So how did you get involved?
Well, I was working it was Fisher Gage at the time, and one of the women I worked with, she was a Soroptimist, and she got me involved at that time. And the reason I got involved was because I believed in the mission of helping women and girls, and not just at our local level, but at our global level. And I also, the fact that it was an international was intriguing to me. And I benefited from it personally because as I grew and got more involved at the club level, the region and federation level, I, gained valuable experience that I could use in my professional life.
Okay, so now how do other people get involved?
Well, if they're interested in learning more about Soroptimist, they can contact me through our club website, which is siyorkregion.ca, or they can contact me directly at 905-235-8849. And I'd be happy to talk to them about Soroptimist and how they can get involved. And whether even if they don't live in the York region, I could put them in touch with a club in their area.
Okay, so then the next event that you are having will actually be the LunaFest on May 22nd, right? Which is the films, which is a great thing to do.
It is a great thing to do. They're great, amazing films, as I said earlier, made by women, about women, and for women. So they're really well received.
Okay. Thank you so much for telling us all about
exactly.
it.
This is fascinating.
Well, thank you so much.
I have my ears and eyes open now.